What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bleacher Boys. The season is around the corner. I'm actually getting really excited. I'm kind of over this whole spring training period. How are you doing, Isaac? And how are we doing, Isaac?
How are we doing, Isaac? Isaac is good. And how are we doing, Isaac? He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Just
we're getting excited,
just like
huh?
you, I'm starting to get the baseball energy back. And, over football season, basketball season, I'm like, oh, wow, I love these sports. But I don't, realize how much I actually like baseball until baseball season starts rolling around again and the anticipation of the season comes up. Man, I'm really excited for April 7th, right?
Next
And
Thursday.
then, little fact, I'm going to Fenway for the home opener on April 15th with the club here in Albany. Asbo, shout out all my
Yo.
boys in Asbo. Kevin Rooney, if you're listening.
Asbo, way to hook it up.
Let's go.
Oh, Kevin, dude, I think he's commented a couple times. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So
Appreciate the support.
he's actually he's gonna be president of Asbo next year, and they do like an annual trip to a stadium. And little funny anecdote here, guys. Stay with me. The tickets were originally April 15th was for just a random game against Minnesota, and then the season got pushed back, so that became the home
Minnesota.
opener. Yeah. So I'm gonna see Gio and Gary. So now this is actually the
Dude.
Fenway home opener. So the
That's
tickets
kinda
now.
hype.
Yeah. The tickets are now like $100 each. So and we got them for like $20. So pretty hype.
Damn. Say hi to Gary for me, please, and Gio.
I will. I think he looks cute in a beard.
And Correa too. He's my boy out there too. He'll be manning shortstop.
Still not a fan.
I'm just kidding. If you guys clicked off this video just because I said that, please come back. Anyway, today is our annual over/under episode. I'm sure no Yankee podcasts have ever done that before. This is our original idea. We're gonna name a couple of over/unders. We set our own lines. Me and Isaac will have a great conversation talking about all of this. And hopefully at the end of the year, we'll come back to this and see how stupid we were or how genius we were. So hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get right into it. Unless you have anything else to say about spring
I do
training
not.
and news.
Let's jump right into it.
All right, let's jump into it. The first one we have right here. 12 and a half different starting pitchers used for the New York Yankees in 2022. Are you going to take the over or under?
So here's the thing.
And-
In some of these notes, I see that they used 15 in 2021, and one thing you have to think about is like injuries, which is a big factor into it. And for the most part, I actually have a lot of confidence in the starting rotation. I think that it's actually going to turn out well. I love how you have the mix of the righties. You have the dominant Garrett Cole, obviously, and then you have the mix of Monty and Nestor. And who knows about Sevy, but if Sevy is anything like he was, in 2018, then we should be set. So I'm actually going to take the under on this one.
Okay, give me one
this
second.
This is wishful thinking, by the way. So
Yeah.
But
I'm just looking at the roster right now and seeing who is capable of starting a game. Because last year, if you want to blabble for like 15 seconds.
yeah,
while
well,
pull
I
this
just
up.
wanted to talk. I just want to talk quickly about Manny. What was his name again? Last name?
Banuelos.
Banuelos. So he actually really impressed me. This is March 31st, and he pitched yesterday, and his stuff looked fantastic. So I'd be all for giving him a shot. He has a long history of being in the Yankees organization. And he played in Mexico and China, I think, or somewhere else, and he's just coming back now.
Yeah.
So I'd be all for giving him an opportunity, which adds to the list. But he's also another interesting look.
I got my little tidbit out right here. I'm gonna name you the starting the pitchers that started a game last year. Obviously, you have Cole, Monty, Tyone, Herman Kluber, and Cortez Jr. That they got the chunk of it. And then you have Heel for 6, King for 6. Heaney had 5 starts. Davey had 2. Your favorite Nick Nelson had 2. Lucas Licky got a start. Wandy Peralta got a start. Clark got a start. And Asher Wojciechowski got a start. So that was your 15 from last year. And if you look at the roster this year, I think they're kind of done with the opener stuff too. I don't know what you think, but
I was just
I
gonna
don't see
talk
them
about
doing-
that. Yeah, if they do the opener, bullshit, then this number is definitely the over. But I kind of think they just want a core of 6 or 5 to 7 pitchers who they roll out every couple weeks. I don't want them to do the opener again. I don't think that's good.
I'm looking at this. We have Cole, Nestor, Davey. Heel's probably gonna get a start. That's 4. You have
Monty.
what's his name?
Tyone.
Monty Tyone. That's 7, 8. Sevy. That's 9. And I think some in-season acquisitions, maybe 2. Count for 2 in-season starters that we pick up, and then 1 or 2. I'm actually gonna take the over. Sign me up for the over. I think. What's our line set at? 11.5. Isaac's a little frozen, but we have the
Got you.
numbers. You got me.
12.5. Yeah, I got
12
you now.
and a half. I think I'm taking the over on this. So you're taking the under. I'm going over.
That is correct.
Do
So
you mind just writing that down in the doc?
I will actually.
I don't want to forget this. While Isaac writes that down, I'm going to go to the next one. 2.5 over under 2.5 players with double-digit stolen bases. So last year Wade had 17, Glaber had 14. That was the 2. Usually we can count on Gardy for 10, but sadly he is not here. We also did acquire IKF, who stole like 20 bases last year, if I'm not mistaken. So 2.5 over under 2.5 players with double digit. What are you going with?
So interesting thing that I've been looking at here is the fact that the Yankees actually been doing a lot more running this spring than I've ever seen them do. They did a hit and run with Hicks, with IKF. I saw Glaber try. And remember, Tilo is going to be healthy this year, and you don't know what kind of role he plays. I think he can go get you 10 bags, even if he plays only like 50 games, maybe less, you know? So, again, I'm going to go with the over here because I think you have Glaber, IKF, Tilo, and maybe you get someone else in the mix. Maybe who I'm trying to think of another guy that can maybe be sneaky. Maybe Hicks. Maybe Hicks if he stays healthy. He was talking a lot about being a 30-30 guy, which frankly is ridiculous, considering his last couple seasons. But you know he can get you 10 if he stays healthy all year. So I'm gonna take the over on this one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also going with the over. IKF easily gets the over. I'm counting on Hicks to get 10 too. I do like how he said in his R2C2 episode that he's really focusing on all aspects of his game, including base running. So I'm hoping I think he can easily get to 10.
Yeah.
Glaber, I'm actually a little unsure of, but just because he's aggressive and he's been running a lot this spring, I think he gets to 10 again. That's 3
10.
right there. And Tilo couldn't. I don't know if Tilo gets enough games to get to 10, but if he's our 4th outfielder for a full season, easily. So I'm easily going with the over here as well.
Got it.
Next up, we got 25.5 games played at shortstop for Glaber Torres. Now, I think I set the line a little too high. I want to bump that down a little bit and come down. What do you think? I think like
what's your
20
number?
20.5 games. What do you think about 20.5?
Guys, we're making this up as we go along, you know? This is how Bleacher Boys Media does it. We just roll with the punches.
I think 25.5, I think we both take the under there, and it's not even a conversation. Because I was calculating with, like, 1 game a week at short for Glaber, which now I think about it seems a little high. So I think I want to set it to, like, 20.5. If
Glaber's playing 1 game a week at shortstop, the offseason was a failure. Like, gonna be straight up. Unless there's like a big injury, this is still the issue about not actually of getting rid of Tyler Wade and not getting an established shortstop, is that if IKF gets injured, God forbid, knock on wood, who the hell is playing shortstop? And don't tell me Glaber Torres, because he is like, the numbers say he is not that good at shortstop. So that is a real concern.
Boone was asked that question a couple days ago, and he said Glaber was the backup shortstop.
I know.
Yeah, I think maybe Marwin can get some run there, but he's also terrible defensively there, and he hasn't played there consistently since 2017 or something.
And Peraza is also he has a chance to do that too.
I think he comes up second half of the year, maybe even Oswald Cabrera or whatever his name is. Cabrera looked really good. He hit that grand slam one day in spring training. 20.5 games, though, I could see it happening, but I'm going to go under. Kind of wishful thinking. I don't want to see Glaber at short that many games.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
so we'll pick the
next up. Yeah, Isaac, both. You got to write that, please. Thank you. 5.5 players with OPS plus of 100 or more. Now, this is a huge issue last year. It was kind of the talk of the offseason, the start of the offseason, where we're talking about how we only have 2 players that were over 100 OPS plus, which means we only have 2 above average hitters in our lineup. And now with the acquisitions we've made, and obviously having Gallo and Rizzo for a full year should help that. So I set the line at 5.5, over or under.
You want to take this one first?
I could take this one first. So I see Judge and Stanton getting over 100 easily. Judge always hovers around 150, Stanton around 140, 135. Those 2 are locks in my mind. I also have Donaldson as a lock. If he's healthy, he's not. Even if he isn't healthy, he's over 100. But he hasn't in his career. He hasn't had a OPS plus under 100 in forever since his Oakland Athletics days. So I have those 3. I think one of DJ or Glaber bounces back to over 100. That puts me at 4. Gallo over 100 plus. That's easy. He was way over with the Rangers. He dipped below.
What was his
at
number
like
with the Rangers?
He was like 125, 130-ish. He came over to the Yankees and had like a 90, 94-ish. So I think he averages out to the mean, gets to 5. And then the 6th one is this is a good line I set for myself here. I can see Hicks. I said one of Glaber or DJ. Did I say Rizzo? If I didn't say Rizzo, that's
you
the
did not
player.
say Rizzo.
Okay, so that's Rizzo. 6 right there. And then Hicks or one of DJ or Glaber again if they both hit it. Gets me some buffer. I think I'm taking the over. Again,
okay.
Wishful thinking, but yeah.
I partially agree with you. I think there's a lot of guys in that lineup that has the potential to do that. Like for sure. Like if we're talking Tampa Bay Rays, I'm saying no. Like or like there's so many for lack of a better word, big boppers that like I feel like I'm almost like have to take the over here. So because I agree with all your picks, kind of. I agree that between DJ and Glaber, one of those 2 will hit the over on that one. And obviously you got your Stanton, Judge, and Gallo, who you just mentioned. So I think that's a pretty good handful of guys, and I expect Rizzo to kind of be at that same level too. So I'm going to take the over as well, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Rizzo and Donaldson, their back of the baseball card tells you they really haven't had any season below 100 since forever, since they were regulars. So,
but at the end of the day, this comes down to like, can Glaber and DJ bounce back? And can Gallo finally prove himself in the Bronx? Because he's still kind of unproven. Like he's not like a lock yet.
Yeah, it's true. Love to see. The next one we have. This is a fun one for the fans. Gallo, Stanton, and Judge combined for 108.5 home runs, over or under. If you want to divide that by 3, get your calculator out. I
actually was right on that.
I think it's around 33, 34 home runs per each player.
It's 36. It's almost 37.
36, okay. Oh, really? Okay. Gallo hit 38 last year, Stanton 37, Judge 39, but you guys have to keep in mind that they all stayed healthy and played a full year.
Yeah. I think this is an easy one. I'm taking the under on this. I think easily taking the under on this. I just don't see like Judge, Gallo, and Stanton all playing full seasons and all have like those 3 seasons. Like what I see on the doc here would be like Gallo 38, like what you wrote, Stanton 37, Judge 39. Those are all incredible seasons, and I just think there's too many.
And they did it last year too.
I understand that, but
back-to-back.
that was one of the and that's one of the first times we've seen them all like Judge and Stanton play a full season together. So I'm actually gonna go the under on this one.
I'm with you. I'm also riding the under on this one. I think this is not to bash them. I think they're all going to have great seasons. It's just those are some huge numbers to put up. 39, 37, 38. That means like a couple of them have to hit 40, one around 30 to 35. I mean, it's definitely possible with the power they have, but I wouldn't place a bet on that. So I'm going to go the under as well. Hopefully they prove us wrong. But that's a high number. Next up, we have 110.5 games at center field for Aaron Hicks. And a lot of this I considered his injury history, obviously. And then they obviously are trying Hicks and left. So 110.5 games for center field for Hicks.
100.
So I
Actually,
think you could go. Yeah, go ahead.
my instant reaction to this was no, but that I don't like. I don't know. I feel like this is his comeback year, and this is the story of so many Yankees players. It's like this is his comeback year, and I unless he's like really shit in the bed, the Yankees love him. Like the Yankees love the getting on base. They love the switch hitting. I know there's talks about Judge in center field, about maybe even Gallo playing center, but I think this is the year that Hicks is gonna establish himself and really like earn that contract, because he hasn't really done anything since getting that big contract. In terms of having like a breakout season with the Yankees. So if he stays away from injury, which, from what I've heard from people is that he looks great and that he looks like he's in better shape than he's ever been in his career. So that kind of indicates you'll stay away from injury, but also you never know. I'm gonna take the over on this one though. I think he'll get like 130 games and 120 games, something around that.
Okay. I mean, that'll be great for the Yankees. Obviously, we don't have a real backup center fielder. Like, the Yankees' philosophy right now to have your right fielder as a backup center fielder and your second baseman as a backup short, that's not how backups work in baseball. And so it's Tim LeCastro. But 110.5, that'd be mean if I went under. Like, it's kind of rooting
I mean, if that's what you think, then it's not rooting for anything if that's what your opinion is, and say it. You know?
The history, I don't think he stays healthy for that long.
Okay.
Under. And I think, bro, that's tough, though, because I really am rooting for Hicks. Like, after I watched the R2C2 episode, I'm all aboard the Hicks train, but it just doesn't seem so. I don't know. If he can easily do it. It just, last few years doesn't tell us.
Is that easily, though?
I think he can easily do it. Like, if he had 120 games in center, I don't think anyone would be shocked. It's like a pleasant surprise.
No, we wouldn't be shocked. Pleasant surprise. I don't know.
I'm looking at his fielding. Let's see, center field. The last time he played over 100 games was 2018, and he played 131 in center. He played all his games in center. The last time he played left field, he played 22 games in left and 14 in right in 2017. But again, didn't. Oh my God, dude! Hicks hasn't stayed. He's played over 100 games twice in his career. 2016 and 2018.
That's not the best.
No, and his 2016 number, he played 24 games in center, 86 in right, and 25 in left. Why don't I remember Hicks as a right fielder? I don't know.
In Minnesota, he played right fielder for us.
No, for us.
Interesting.
He played 86 games in right in 2016.
Weird.
That's very interesting.
Because that.
What's his name? Jacoby was in center.
Oh, that's right. So I forget that we signed Jacoby. Like, I totally that erased that part of the Yankees history out of my memory.
That's good.
But
he's played over 110.5 games at center once in his career, twice if you include outfield. I just don't see it happening for Hicks. But I'm rooting for it, and I hope I'm wrong. Next, we have 70.5 games in the outfield for Stanton. My boy G. He played, 26 games in the outfield last year. 2019, he played 13 games in the outfield. 5 at DH. That 2019 season, he was mostly hurt. 2018, his first year as a Yankee, 72 games in the outfield, 86 at DH. So 70.5, I think, is a fair line. What do you think?
This is a tough one. I know the Yankees are not in love with him playing in the outfield, but if you look at the numbers, he was much better player when he was an everyday player, like wrong word, an everyday starting outfielder. And his numbers, you can see, I don't have the numbers offhand, but I know that his OPS jumped when he started playing in the outfield every day. And, maybe that's something like being more involved and getting to go out there and play defense kind of locks you in and focuses you in rather than getting one at bat every 2 innings. So maybe, I'm going to take the over.
Good number.
But that is a good number right at the point where it's like I could see it going either way here. Just for the sake of hopefulness, I'm going to take the over on this one.
I want to do some math. Hold on. There's 6 months to a baseball season. 6 times 4 weeks, so 24. 70 divided by 24. 71 divided by 24.
So if you look here, wait. When you do some quick math, let me just talk for a second.
That's like 3 games in the outfield per week. Okay, keep going.
Okay, and that's totally fair. If you look at 2018, before the Yankees started getting so injury scared with him, he played 72 games there. And obviously the 26 games of 2020, if you guys remember, he didn't start playing in the outfield until like later on in the season.
Yeah.
Like late July and August. And then but the thing is that he was really healthy last year, and I know correlation doesn't equal causation, but that is an underlying factor that, hey, he played 108 games at DH, 26, and he stayed healthy. So why change that? Why change something like that when he put up what is a great season last year?
Yeah, and Boone also said that he wants to see Stanton more in the outfield. I think they're getting more comfortable with that idea. And also, the Yankees' best lineup is with Stanton in the outfield. Like hitting-wise, offensively, it's Stanton in the outfield. That's the best lineup you can put out there. So I think they do it 2-3 times a week. 70 is a great number again. I'm a genius for coming up with that, and I'm going to go over as well, though.
And then,
I'm with you.
So the thing about this, though, is that if you have Stanton in the outfield, presumably right field, you have to have Judge in center. Then you push Aaron Hicks out, or you push him to the DH, or you can do LeMahieu or Glaber at a DH. There's like so many interesting lineups you can make with this team this year, just because of all the guys at kind of similar positions that they have. I think Gallo can play any of the outfield positions. I think Judge could too. And then you have Hicks.
There, dude. Yeah, I think they should do Gallo in center more often. I don't know why they don't do it. He's young, athletic.
I don't think they like his range as much. I think they, you know what I mean? I don't think he's as fast. But to be honest with you, Hicks isn't really that fast either.
No, I'm comparing him to Judge.
Feels slow. Yeah, I know.
I feel like Gallo over Judge is the move, and injury scares. And Gallo's only under contract for this year. Judge, hopefully he's extended. So, I don't know. I don't know why they don't do Gallo. All right, let's move on to number 8 on the list. Josh Donaldson, over or under 4 WAR. Let me know if you don't think this is a good line, but 3.2 last year in 2021, 5.4 in 2019. 2020 is a lost season, so forget about that. He was hurt in 2018, 4.6 in 2017, and then before that, from 2014 to 2017, he had 3 straight years of 7+ WAR, which is just MVP numbers. And 4, I think, is doable with his defense. I don't know what you think. Who wants to go first here? I can go first. I'm taking the over.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The over?
I'm taking the over, yeah.
Is there a Josh Donaldson home run stat line on this anytime? Is there?
I don't think so.
What do you think, what do you think? Because obviously WAR factors in a lot of things, defense, a whole bunch of stuff. But what do you think over under 30 home runs for Josh Donaldson? I think that's a good. I want to start there before I start talking about WAR.
Under. I think he's 25 to 30.
Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of at a similar place with him. I'm gonna take the under on this, just because he's coming off of an injury, and I don't know. What his production level is going to be. So far in spring, he's looked great, to be honest with you. He looks intense. His swing is really fun to watch. He's a fun player to watch. But I just, I'm gonna play it safe here, and I'm gonna take the under on this.
Mm-hmm. I think it all comes down to how good is he still on defense. His offensive WAR 3.1 last year, only a 0.1 defensive WAR. But when he was back in Toronto and even Atlanta, he put up 1 WAR on just defense alone. So I think it comes down to how good is he on defense, and I think
we'll see how quick he is, because there's been a lot of stuff on Yes Network about how quick his feet are and ready position this, ready position that, and we just gotta see how it applies. I want to watch him for a month, and see how he does. But I think I'm still gonna take the under. Wait, did you take the under or the over for this?
I think I'm going over, but it's really hard because I think the Yankees might DH him a couple times, take it easy with him, which will hurt his WAR because he's not playing defense. But I'm still going over. I think his offensive numbers will be there. especially with them leading him off. It takes into ballpark factors, so I think I like the over on that.
Okay.
Number 9, 4.5 ejections for our favorite manager, Aaron Boone.
The question is, does Boone try to fire up the guys a lot? Like, are we? I feel like this relates directly to the Yankees struggling. Like, Boone only ever gets in umpires' faces when like Yankees are struggling, try to fire up the squad. Because Boone's a really chill guy. But the whole.
Can I also say a really important part of this?
Go ahead. Sure.
Gardy isn't in the clubhouse to fire up the guys. Someone needs to step up.
Josh Donaldson.
Okay. But that could increase Boone's ejections because Donaldson's going to get into it with an umpire. Boone's going to have to protect his players.
Because he wants to show, like, listen, I'm your manager. I back you too. New player. Like, Judgy knows.
You
or
guys
DJ
are my guys.
Exactly. Like, they know that Boone's going to come after them. But, Booney has to prove himself to Joshy, The boys got to, they gotta get behind each other. So I'm gonna take the over on this one. I think Josh Donaldson alone gets over 4 ejections, and I think Boone is out there for all of them, and he's getting ejected. And then you have to factor in what's another angry player. I feel like
DJ?
Anthony Rizzo has 1 or 2. DJ gets pissed off. He's quiet, but you call a strike that's a little low on him, and he'll get mad. He doesn't care.
What about Glaber? Over under 1.
Glaber doesn't speak English really that well, so what is he gonna like? What is he gonna yell at the umpire? Like he's gonna curse him out in Spanish?
Foreign-born players can still get ejected easily.
No, I know, but like I don't know. I feel like Glaber's too respectable.
Glaber's a little too cute. Yeah, he gets like sad puppy dog Glaber when he's mad.
Now that we don't have Gardy, like who's getting ejected other than Josh Donaldson? I could see like I could see who could I see? I could see Chapman. No, he's a reliever though. Who's like a starting pitcher that would get ejected? Nestor, maybe?
Starting pitchers are also less likely because Nestor here, come on.
Maybe Nestor, they check Nestor because he has sticky stuff on, and then he starts getting pissed and yelling, and then it turns into a whole thing.
Wandy Peralta?
No, Wandy's too nice. Wandy's a nice guy,
I'm kidding, yeah.
Who do we have?
I mean, they're going to have a lot of fuck you this season, so hopefully
Aaron
it
Hicks
comes out. And
there it is. I have Aaron Hicks getting ejected a couple times. Fire himself up, maybe.
Okay, yeah. And is Boone there for all of them, or is Boone just going to let Hicks?
I mean, not like Joe Girardi there for them, but Boone's there for a lot of them. So I'm definitely taking the over on this one. This is actually easy for me now that I talk about it.
Okay.
Now that I discussed it with you, definitely the over.
Is this the lock of the
draft? 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Lock of the
this
year.
Is Isaac's
century?
lock. I'm also going 4.5 over because he had 6 last year. He had 2 in the shortened 2020 season, and I know the talk last year was that like he had this like heart surgery or whatever he got.
Yeah.
That people were worried about, and he might not get it.
He's all good now. Now he can go get mad again.
He's good.
Maybe
he showed he was healthy with the 6
many...
last year.
Oh yeah, get the heart pumping, but nothing will ever come close to the Joe Girardi veins popping in the neck. Like I kind of miss Joe in that aspect. Like I think Boone's a little soft to be honest with you, but he does still back up his guys. But he's
Joe
more
and CC together.
Oh my God, CC got ejected as a starting pitcher, and he would get ejected from the bench. He would be screaming at the bench, not even on his start day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Booney, we love you. Next we have 0/under 0.5 Nestor appearances on Yes promo videos.
Easy.
If you guys don't know what Yes
Easy.
I know what you're gonna say. If you guys know what Yes promo video, I'm talking about those like they film sometimes in the spring training. I know the iconic one is the Sandlot reenaction where they had like the McCann, Ellsbury all do that.
Or you have the one with Gardner and they're talking about rookies and it's Judge. They're Matsui's trying to coach Judge or whatever. That was a good one too. The Tanaka one. There's great Tanaka ones too.
I'm also taking the over on Nestor. If you didn't say over, I know you're taking the over.
Say over, but I'm taking over.
Easy, bro. Yeah. He's easily one of the most lovable Yankees we have. One of the most marketable characters we have on this team, and I think Yes would be stupid not to do this.
I was just gonna say the same thing. And he has too many things going on. He had the turtle going on, the Bronxy. He has all the little, moves he does on the mound. He has the stash, which is iconic. Yes, Network would be stupid not to have filmed something in spring training with him. So I'm taking the fat over on this one. And I think a lot of people would agree too.
Wait, so is this your lock? Which
They're
one's your
both
lock?
my lock. They can't both be my lock?
No. You have to choose one lock at the end of it.
Okay, we'll do that at the end though, right?
Okay, we'll do it then. Just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Chad Green home runs given up. Now, I didn't make this. I'm just going to say it. Isaac made this, and it sounds a little mean talking about how many home runs Chad Green's about to give up when spring we're just like getting hyped for opening day. But he gave up 14 last year. The number is at 11.5. Will Chad Green give up 11.5 or more home runs?
Yes. Easy answer. Yes. I think that's just who he is now.
So
For the past 2 seasons now, his fastball has just looked flat, and his curveball doesn't move like it used to. And 14 home runs for a reliever, guys. That's a lot. That's not nothing. That's like starter numbers of home runs given up.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan of Chad Green for a while. Like when he was coming up with the Yankees, he's been here forever.
Oh, let's go. Isaac's back.
Oh, let's go. Hi,
Good to see
guys.
you again.
I've been a fan of
What's
Chad
up?
Green for a long time, but it's kind of unacceptable to let up that many home runs. And he's missing fastball location a lot last 2 seasons, so I'm definitely taking the over on this one. Maybe he lets up 12. I don't think he can do much worse than 14 though. So.
Yeah, I'm also taking the over though. I still not to I hate doing this to Chad Green right before the season when he's supposed to
Don't worry, he's not listening.
get the support, but no, he might be listening. So hey Chad, I'm just saying I think you can have a great all-star level season while giving up more than 11.5 home runs. That's where I'm coming from, Chad. So don't be so mad. I just think that's just who you are at this point in your career. You're just gonna give up home runs, strike out a ton of batters, and I think you'll still be that 7th and 8th inning guy that we can rely on. Maybe you get bumped back to the 6th, 7th, maybe even the 5, 6, 7, the bridge guy. Now that we have Holmes, Loizaga, and Chapman back there. So yeah, I think you're just a home run giver upper now. But hey, Chad, calm down. I think 11.5. I think I can still take the over and count on you to have a great season. So that's where I'm coming from. We're both on the over. Next up, we have Nestor Cortez starts. We just raved about Nestor's character a couple questions ago, and now we have his baseball skills here at 19.5 starts. What do you think? He had 16 last year.
19.5 starts. I kind of just like that number. I like 19. I think he's definitely going to pitch. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to pitch more because if you remember, it took him a little bit to really get in the rotation. He started off. Yeah.
If you like the number 19, let's set the line at 18.5. Change it to 18.5.
Okay, guys, we're just making this up as we go along. 18.5. See this? Okay.
18.
So here, wait. Can I explain myself? So in the beginning of last season, he was first.
Isaac's video has been disabled due to internet quality issues. Their video is still recorded.
That's terrible. So at the beginning of
Should I
last
just
season,
pause it until he can fully come back? Yeah, I can't even hear him anymore. Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties.
I can hear you.
This will.
Damn it.
Oh. He's back? He's back.
Can you hear
He's
me?
back for a second time, which is huge. Yeah, I was just talking to our fans. No worries.
Oh, got you. Okay. So what I was saying is in the beginning of the year, he was mostly just doing relief appearances for the first 2 months. And then they gave him some long relief out of the bullpen. And then they finally started him because he earned that spot because he was so good. And so he got 16 starts after not really starting for 2 months of the season. So I'm going to actually take the over on 18 plus. I think he's going to be a certified 5th starter for this team. And I actually love that. I think he's a different look than all the rest of the pitchers. And I think it's a great thing to have, a combination of different styles in your rotation. So I'm going to take the over. I say he gets around 20 starts, 22 starts, something like that.
Okay. I like that. I agree with you. I think it's either way over 25 plus-ish, 25-ish, or way under he loses his job early in spring. And I'm going to go under. I love Nestor, and I think he could still be a huge part of this team while under 18.5 starts. I think he gets around 15 is my number, just because, I don't know, he's like so easily movable to the bullpen, and I think the Yankees love Heel, Davey, and Clark, and I also love how they look this spring, by the way. So I think those guys make some starts. I think wishful thinking, I know still, but I think they pick up a starter or two at the deadline, which is going to hurt this number. I think Nestor moves back to that like long relief role where he's still going to be a huge part of this team. So I'm taking the under there.
Okay.
But I could also again see him at 25-ish starts too.
No, don't save face. Don't save face.
Oh, okay,
you went
okay.
with what you went with.
I'm just gonna because I didn't want to be too mean to Nestor, but I truly believe it's under 18.5. Next, this is an interesting one. I think we could have a good conversation about this. 110.5 starts for the projected opening day rotation. I'm pretty proud of this question. When I thought of it, I was pretty proud of myself about this question. Anyway, last year the Yankees opening day rotation was Cole, Tyone, Monty, Kluber, and Herman. They combined for 123 starts. Now, 2022 projected opening day rotation, Cole, Sevy, Tyone, Monty, Nestor. Are you taking over or under 110.5 starts?
Over. I think this is easy. I think Cole gets your typical 27 to 30 starts, right? Maybe less.
I counted him for like 32.
Okay, around 30.
Around 30. Yeah.
Sevy is a complete question mark. I have zero idea if Sevy will still be
How many would you
pitching
write down for Sevy right now? How many are you penciling in
I'm
for?
like actually like scared to say a number because I don't want to jinx it. But like
20, 25?
I don't see him getting 20. Like I just don't know what his arm. I don't know what his arm strength is like. I mean, I've seen that he's been pumping heaters. He's been sitting 97, which is good. But you have no idea until you have that added stress of pitching in a real game. You have no idea what that does to your arm. I would put him at like 15 right now. I have no idea. And the Yankees might be babying him too. I think Tyone has a great season this season. I think I see Tyone getting like 25. I think Monty, same story. I think he gets around 30 starts. I think he's a workhorse. And his
that
like
brings you up like 75.
Yeah, and his motion I think is pretty good for this too. And then like Tyone? I just said, I think Nestor gets like 20. Like
Wait, sorry.
20.
What did you say for Tyone?
I said Tyone gets around 25 to 30. So
okay, yeah,
I think
that
he's
gets you over
110.5. Yeah, so and then Nestor gets 20. So yeah, I guess I'm taking the over with this one.
And you also have the guys that aren't in the rotation now that are definitely gonna get starts. So you're taking the over.
This is projected opening day rotation. This is the rotation. You're not factoring in any other guys.
Oh, true. Yeah. That's my mistake. I came up with the question. Anyway, I'm taking the under, bro. As I think this comes down to the previous question about Nestor. Since you took the over on Nestor, I think that's where you're coming from with the 20 starts for Nestor. I don't see him getting 20 starts. So yeah, I think this is I thought this was an easy under for myself. Now you're gone again, so I'll just keep talking. You know what? Since my camera is running out of battery, I'm gonna pause it real quick and come back to you guys with a blurrier, bad Mac camera. I'll be back in a sec. So we were just talking about the projected opening day rotation, how many starts they'll get. I took the under 110.5 starts because Nestor I don't think is getting there, and I think Sevy's question marks, Tyone has question marks. I think Cole and Monty we can count for 60. Everyone else question marks. Isaac took the over. And on to the last one, we have the most important one of all, 94.5 wins for the New York Yankees.
You want me to start?
Go for it.
Do you want to start with my pessimistic attitude and then end with your positive attitude?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Okay.
No,
so
you're not taking the under here, are you, buddy? Oh.
So here's the thing. Let me
boy.
explain. The AL East is so competitive. In fact, I would call it the most competitive division in the MLB. That I don't see the Yankees winning the division right now with the way they're
now,
built.
before I'm gonna stop you right here. Don't give too much away of your projections with the AL East because we do have an episode like that coming out. So just a teaser,
Disregard everything I just said.
No, it's a good teaser. Just
okay.
Work around it like Judge does.
But I'm gonna take the Yeah, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to go around. I think they're going to get around 90 wins. But I think that the AL East is so competitive that they're going to all beat up on each other a lot. And I think that's still a good record. 90 wins is nothing to, cry home about, if that's a phrase. So I just don't see them getting over that amount. And I don't see them, I don't think they're a better team than some of the other teams in the AL East right now. I don't. Like, obviously they're going to beat up on the Orioles, or they better.
That's my
But with their like mental struggles about playing in Tropicana and going up to Rogers Center with that lineup in that stadium, I don't know. And so yeah, I'm gonna take the under on this, and I have them around 90 wins.
So thank you guys for listening through Isaac's stupid comments. That's a bad Yankee fan right there. I mean, I don't know what to say.
It's not a bad. It's
no,
realistic.
You guys are here in it for me. I know you guys are just waiting for me to talk about 94.5 wins over or under. Obviously, it's the over. I don't see any situation where Yankees get under 94.5 wins, even 94 wins. I don't see it happening. Last year, the Yankees, that was one of the most painful seasons I've ever watched. We were so fucking bad. It was just miserable to watch. At the end of the year, like, I was obviously sad that they lost the wildcard game. But a part of me was like, there was a relief, like a sigh of relief that season was over with and we could move on. And that team, guess how many wins they had? 92. Okay? We had 92 wins with that terrible, miserable season. This Yankee team has a different vibe. They have a lot more fuck you to them. They got the vibe of the spring training is just different from any other season I've experienced. Obviously, there's a different hype around this team just because there was a lockout and we're so excited to be back. But at the same time, this team, Boone's back on his new contract. He feels comfortable. Judge, he's definitely going to get this extension. He's going to lead the team. He might even have a C on his chest by the time the season starts. You got Cole and Donaldson being buddies. You got Higgy's great attitude behind home plate, hitting 4 spring training home runs. He's going to be an all-star.
Oh my God!
And you got Rizzo, a championship caliber, championship experienced player in the clubhouse. Great clubhouse guy. That's probably one of the main reasons why they got him. We don't have stupid Correa in there fucking up the clubhouse, so fuck him. He's on the Twins. We got this Yankees team built to win right now, and there's just no way they're under 94 games. Last year, another tidbit. Baltimore Orioles last year, the Yankees went 9-9. They went around 500 against the Orioles last year. That is not happening this year. They're beating up on the Orioles. I know the Blue Jays got better. The Rays got worse, so there's that. And I think the Yankees can beat up on the
Red Sox. Got better.
Red Sox got slightly better. Last year they were a surprise team.
Yeah, and we can't win at Fenway. We cannot win.
Swept them in Fenway. I was there for that Giancarlo Stanton.
I understand, and then what happened?
That one game. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm so scared of the JD, Story, Xander, and Devers. That is also a terrifying lineup.
They can mash. I'm not going to deny that, but they have zero pitching. We can hit Evaldi. We've seen that before.
Sale
Evaldi is hurt. He's a bigger question mark than Severino right now. They just have no pitching. Pivetta, he's a postseason hero that's never going to be the same again. These teams are missing a lot of pitching. The Blue Jays, I am scared of. I think they've gotten a lot better. And right now, I don't want to give anything away from my predictions, but it's either the Blue Jays or the Yankees at first place. I think you can win first place in this AL East, tight AL East with 96-7 wins. And I think the Yankees are going to be in that range. And 94.5 is just, come on, that's a joke. So, yeah, there's my spiel.
Okay. I think, obviously you provided some info there, but I also think this is what happens. You get a little excited because you feel that baseball fever coming.
And Cameron Maben in the booth. Come on.
I want.
They're not losing more than 60-something games.
That is an important factor I didn't even think about. I just think you're a little excited right now, as am I. And guys, don't get this as Yankees suck. First off, basically. 90 wins is anything to shrug about. You know how many teams would beg for a 90-win season?
Not the Yankees.
Come on. I just think that the Yankees they got older. Obviously, their defense got better, and I think that there's too many question marks to write them off as, okay, they're, a division-leading team. There's too many question marks in their lineup. Think about how many guys we think if they do this, if Gleyber hits like he did, if Gallo plays like he did on Texas. if Donaldson stays healthy, if Stanton can play 130 games. Like there's too many question marks. If Severino it can have more than 15 starts, 10 to 15 starts, right? And you've said all these things too. So
this is a great debate.
I have confidence in this team. But I don't see them automatically. They're not guaranteed this because there's damn too many question marks, and I really think that's a big factor in this.
I agree with you that there's way too many question marks, and obviously there's too many ifs. Obviously, that's just fact. And I think Cashman's gonna retool this team during the season to a point where we're gonna be comfortable going into the summer days, the dog days of summer. But also, I think you're magnified on the Yankees team, and we watch, listen, taking so much Yankees content that we're just so focused on the Yankees right now. But with the other AL East teams, they have so many question marks as well. Like the bullpen of the Red Sox, they don't have a single lefty they can rely on. Their back end is just god awful, and I don't even know. With Tanner Houck, he's more of a reliever. He's listed at their number 3 right now. Pivetta is not their number 2. Who has a mid-4 ERA. And I take Monty over any of the Red Sox pitchers except for Evaldi. And same with...
That I like.
Yeah, Monty's very underrated, by the way. With that, we can agree on. The Tampa Bay Rays, where is their offense coming from? They lost a couple bullpen arms. They lost Joey Wendell.
It doesn't matter.
I agree.
It doesn't matter with the Rays.
But they just lost
have you
so
not
much
watched
talent.
the last 4 seasons?
And I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Wander Franco
It doesn't
and
matter.
Randy.
It literally doesn't
matter. That's a great core to have. I just don't know.
It doesn't matter. The one thing, if I've learned my lesson, it was I hated the Rays. How are they good? How are they hitting all that? How are they doing this? Oh my God, they just hit scored 4 runs off Cole. Like how are they doing this? And I've just come to the conclusion that they're just gonna figure it out.
I agree.
It doesn't matter what they look like on paper. Think about how many guys that you didn't know going into 2 seasons ago that you're now terrified of. Think about how many guys.
The
on the Rays
funny thing about the Rays, when you figure out who you should be scared of, they trade them right away, and here come a new wave of guys you don't know about. They're crushing us. Anyway, I just don't think they have it in them this year. Obviously, I'm still scared just because their team name is the fucking Tampa Bay Rays. But
exactly.
Last year. I was scared of the Rays just because they're the Rays. And obviously they were good. But I don't know. I think they're running out of little juice.
That's me. That's where I'm at right now. I'm scared of them because they're called the Rays and they play in Tropicana Field.
Yeah.
The Yankees don't hit in Tropicana. They just don't. And they don't seem to pitch well either. They don't seem to do anything right in Tropicana.
And then if we take a bigger look at this bigger picture, the American League has gotten a little worse, in my opinion. The Astros are a little worse. The Angels will always be the Angels. The Mariners are good. The Twins got better. The White Sox we beat up on every year. I think it's up to...
White Sox are almost favorites to win World Series, though. Top 3,
too.
I think.
They just seem like the hype
but
team.
But now they have
Padres.
experience.
Okay, I'll give them that. They're a really good team. The Tigers got better. The Twins got better. Still, I think this is the Yankees American League to take or lose. In my eyes, obviously, Astros, White Sox, better odds.
Do you see a Yankees-Mets World Series by any chance in the next couple years with the,
Next couple years, I don't see it happening. I just don't trust the Mets at all to do their part.
That's where I'm at, but there's zero question mark about their rotation.
Oh, really? DeGrom has a question mark.
They are
health.
Well, because coming off of injury, but if healthy, no one's hitting that.
There's a lot of ifs with a lot of other teams. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but so far DeGrom's looked pretty good in spring. I know he only had one performance with Scherzer.
No,
but
I think he had 2. That was the second.
Yeah, he's Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah,
Chris Bass. Yeah. Chris Bass is pretty good.
Okay,
too.
who makes the World Series first? Yankees or Mets?
All right, guys. So thanks for listening.
I'm clipping this and sending it to Tommy. Tommy, this is why.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, then answer me.
I didn't say anything.
Who makes the World Series first? The New York Mets or the New York Yankees? All right, guys.
This is a loaded question because this is a podcast about the Yankees.
No. Take everything. Just if you had to put $100 on it, who would you put it on?
Okay. The thing about the Mets is that they always find a way to screw things up, and I love that about their organization. But they do have Lindor, Alonso. They have and they have the pitching that they have is filthy. But again, their bullpen kind of shit. So it's just there's a lot of factors. But I'm gonna go with the Yankees just because I think the Mets will find a way to ruin it. But man, I wouldn't be too surprised if Mets are in World Series next 2 years with the guys that they got this offseason and last season. And there's no way Lindor plays as bad as he did last year. I think he's settled in now.
Okay.
So I think Lindor's a star. Pete's a star.
Is that your shortstop for fantasy this year? I just want to know who your shortstop is.
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Is it Lindor? Are you trying to buy low on Lindor? I think that could be an Isaac type move.
I'm not saying
$25,
anything about
$30.
fantasy.
I could see you doing that.
I'll tell you who's my second baseman, though.
It better be DJ. I hope it's DJ.
Oh, okay.
So I want Glaber. If that's...
No, yeah.
Glaber's looks so...
His name rhymes with David Torres.
Fuck you. I'm putting so high for Glaber. Like, fantasy's fun because I have Glaber every year.
I will run you up on Glaber.
Go play with Urshela, bro. That's your guy. And DJ. DJ should start over Glaber. But I'm going to draft Glaber.
I'll draft both of them.
Gallo. Fuck you. And Stanton and Judge. I'm trying to fill my team with the Yankees this year. It's more fun.
I had a lot of Yankees.
It's more fun to watch the games. Do you disagree?
Yeah. No, not at all. I remember you rooting for
No. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for listening.
Something Smith at Yankee Stadium when the Yankees played the Mets. He was rooting for the Mets player because he was on fantasy and he was down by like one home run. Dom Smith. Yep. He was rooting for Dom Smith, and then Dom Smith got a hit off Monty, and Ken was cheering. Just so you guys know.
So don't take Frankie as your shortstop, bro. I know you like Frankie, but my guy is actually like conflict of interest to the max. My shortstop I want, but
I know
you don't. You have no idea who this is. My shortstop. Go play with Corey Seager, bro. That has no conflict of interest. Have fun with IKF. Low key.
It's Correa. No.
See, you have no idea. Yeah, keep
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner probably. I don't go for those. I have one like super expensive guy that I'm like 100% trying to get, but
me too. I have a
number one, and I'm like I won't be denied, bro. I'm Cashman after Cole.
Same.
It better not be the same guy.
This might be the same player. Is he in the NL?
Yeah, bro. Stop.
What position does he play?
Okay. As I said.
What position
As I
does
said
he play?
last episode, I'm going to end every episode with a random question of the day. Today's random question comes from my brain. What is the most random or interesting thing you have in your fridge right now? And that's
a great question. So, okay, I have an easy answer.
I just want to tell them that he lives in a college apartment with like 4 other dudes, and then
okay.
Right.
I have a thing. So this needs some background. So my friend made pulled pork a couple days ago, and you can't just have pulled pork on a sandwich roll. There's too much fat. So I bought a cabbage and I cut it up and put like vinegar in it, so I made like a little coleslaw, but no mayo. I'm not a big mayo coleslaw guy, right? So now we finished the pulled pork, but there's just this. It's red cabbage. So there's this red vinegar sitting in the fridge. in like a bowl, and there's barely any cabbage there, and it's just sitting there because no one wants to throw it out.
Put more cabbage and onions in it and make more pickles.
The issue is we don't have any pulled pork, but that is probably the weirdest thing in my fridge right now, and that was easy.
So it's
answer,
like red dyed vinegar.
It's just sitting.
Maybe you can send me a picture of that, and we can put it up right here.
I'd rather not.
Dude. Thank you,
guys.
I'd rather not. Plug, guys. You guys have to watch the fucking Home Run Derby videos. I don't know what you guys are doing. That's the most entertaining thing we've done here at Bleacher Boys Media, worldwide company. Also, we have another content type thing coming out. 2, actually. I need to plug these before we go. I know most of you guys aren't listening here in like the 50th minute or whatever, but Isaac is obviously he's a club baseball player at Albany, New York, Albany University, Albany College or whatever.
University at
Albany, Albany. So he's gonna vlog for us. I'm just gonna say it on air, so he has to do it now. He's gonna do a little a day in the life of a college club baseball player at Albany. So we'll see what he eats. We'll see his workout regimen. You know, his stretching routines before the game. His go-to playlist before the games on his ride to the field. We'll see all of it. And his at-bats, obviously. His errors at third, short, and second we might get a glimpse of. So I'm excited to watch that. Isaac is ready. He's a little nervous because the cameras will be on him. The lights will be shining bright. There he is, the Great Danes. So yeah, we got that coming out. That's gotta screenshot that. Someone screenshot. All right, I'm dead.
All right, guys.
And
Thanks
there's
for
another
listening.
content video, new series we came up with a couple days ago. We recorded the first episode today. It's called Wordle, playing Wordle with the Bleacher Boys media crew. Everyone in our company takes a shot at this Wordle, Wordle gameplay. Just us, worldwide company. So yeah, that'll be like a 5 to 10 minute video. It'll be a series. That's episode 1. We'll keep going. Today's episode a little embarrassing, but it's the first episode, our first try.
Hang in there with us, guys.
We'll start getting better, and yeah. So there's that. As for the fantasy stuff, I can't think of a way to actually get that on the ether and put it up on YouTube, but we'll definitely have a conversation about it, and maybe we can FaceTime each other while we're drafting or something, so we get some reactions and funny when me and Isaac are going after the same NL player. That I think.
Is he an outfielder?
Yes, but given that there's a lot.
Would he be the one that is favorite in the NL to win the MVP?
No, bro. There's a lot of good NL East outfielders. Can I just say?
NL East.
There's two. There's two up there. That are just obvious.
I know.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm also going after Mike Trout this year. I think he's gonna have a huge bounce back year, and a lot of you guys, including Isaac, aren't going to want to pay a lot for him, Like, Mike Trout, I think good value right there. So, I think since we're losing Isaac a little bit here and we've been rambling for a little bit, see you guys next episode. Thank you guys for listening. Isaac is out already. He's typing.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
No, I'm not.
Look out for the other content that's coming up. And
thanks so much.
we might just post a coleslaw picture just on Instagram. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.